Assalamu alaikum. Hi guys, this is Sarah. You also know me as the Fetal Search. Today I'm going to be talking about the tests that we are given by God. So I think that the first thing that we need to think about when we're thinking about the tests that we're given is that everyone is given these tests, and we need to remember that because everyone is given these tests and it's a challenging part of their lives, that we need to be kind to other people and we need to be considerate and compassionate. I think that this is something that I've been trying to work on in my own life for a long time now. I generally consider myself to be a pretty compassionate person, but I think that there's always room for improvement. And so I think that my ideas on kindness are very easily summarized by a quote by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle." I think that that's something that I want to live by, and I think that's something that a lot of us should strive to live by, because it's so important to me when I receive kindness from other people. I am so grateful for it, and I know that other people are the same way, and I think that we could make a lot of our relations with other people and how we communicate so much clearer and easier if we used some kindness. So I think that's something that we really need to remember, is that everyone is fighting their battles and we need to be kind. So that's the first thing that I wanted to discuss about this topic. Well, the second thing is that everyone is tested by God. And I think that something that we also need to remember on that is that no one is ever given a test too hard for them to handle. God will never give you a test that is too difficult for you to handle. I was thinking about this topic because last night I was having one of my moments that I have at times where I feel as though I am being tested too much. I feel as though my test is too hard. Because I've gone through a lot since I decided to convert to Islam. I've basically, it's kind of hard to describe, but I've kind of lost the connection that I had before with my family because I have just felt the difference in how they used to treat me and how I'm treated now in my family. And I think that has been my biggest struggle. Something that used to be along with my struggle is my identity. I used to feel as though I was really confused about how I identified myself, because for so many years of my life I identified myself as a Christian. I identified myself in that way, and then all of a sudden when that was gone, I was left with somewhat of a void in my life, and it was very odd to say the least. And so I went through, when I first began to convert to Islam, I went through a lot of issues with identifying myself. I kind of went from I don't really know what I am and I don't really want to talk about it to saying I'm Muslim. That was that was a pretty big struggle for me, even though now I have different struggles. And so I think that another thing we need to remember is that we all need to appreciate everyone else's struggles, and we need to appreciate what they're going through, which ties back to the kindness factor that I was talking about as my first point. Something that I wanted to share was verses 2 through 3 in Surah 29 of the Quran. I can't pronounce the name of the surah, so I'm not going to try to save myself from embarrassment, but here are the verses, and I would like to read them to you. So, "Do men think they will be left alone on saying, 'We believe,' and that they will not be tested? We did test those before them, and Allah will certainly know those who are true from those who are false." I think in my life that's something very important for me to understand, because it shows that we are being tested for a reason. And I think the reason isn't necessarily to prove to God that we are faithful, because Allah knows everything that is in our hearts, and He knows what we reveal and what we conceal. So that's not necessarily the point. I think that the point of us being tested within this lifetime is that we need to prove to ourselves that we are faithful. We need to prove to ourselves what we believe. It's kind of hard for me to grasp the concept, and perhaps it is for you too, but I think that it's really important to remember that we are being tested because we are loved. We are being tested because we need to learn these lessons in life. And I think that I haven't been for a long time appreciating my test enough. I think that perhaps I've only been looking at the struggles, and I haven't been seeing that this is something that should be important in my life. And, it's something that we all need to remember, I think, no matter what our test is. I think that my test is different from many other people's. As a convert, my tests are definitely different than someone who is born Muslim, and that doesn't minimize our tests in any sort of way. And I think that we all need to struggle with our tests. We do need support at times, but we need to know that our tests are just as important as everyone else's. And that we can make it through, and that we are tested for a reason. I think that for me was the biggest part that I had an issue with, that I was struggling with, is why am I being tested? Why is this happening to me? But it's something that we are told in the Quran will happen. And so we need to take that and realize it for what it is. We're not supposed to take it and forget about it and go, oh, I will never have hardships in my life because I'm a believer. We can't use that kind of frame of mind. And I think that that's what I have been doing, and I blame myself for that. That I've been thinking, why do I struggle when I don't see an outcome yet? But I have realized now that no struggle is unrewarded by God. No struggle is unrewarded, because Allah is a just and merciful God. We will be rewarded for our struggles in this life. If not our struggles that we make in this life, even if they are not in this life, we will be rewarded for our struggles in the hereafter. And I think that's something that's important for every Muslim to remember. And I know that it's become sort of a crucial part in my life and in my faith in Islam. And so I was really hoping to share that with you guys. And I hope, if I forget any points, I'll certainly outline them in another video, but I made a video earlier today and I accidentally deleted it, and I was very angry at myself for it, and I'm sure I had all my points in that one, but as far as I know, that's what I am trying to relay. So thank you for listening to my video, and as always, thank you to all my subscribers, my viewers, everyone who comments and messages me and everything. I really make these videos because of your support and because I know that you care. And so thank you very much for doing that. And I would like if you would message me or add a comment to one of my videos or whatever you would like about your struggles that you've had as a Muslim. And so, because I think that all of our struggles are really important and I would love to hear about them. So if you like my videos, please subscribe or comment or send me a message, etc. as always. And as always, thank you for watching. This is Sarah. You also know me as The Feudal Search. Assalamu alaikum.